All right, y'all, we're back with some more Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra, and I am not alone here today. As you can tell from the title, we are talking about the community reaction to the new Z Broly coming out. I have your boy Mike with me, and this is going to be a two-parter. Part one right here on my channel we're talking about first. Then in part two, we'll be heading over to Mike's channel, looking at his comments and replies. Hope you guys do appreciate it, and make sure you check Mike out after you finish this video. But hi Mike, how are you doing today, man?
It's your boy Mike. Yes, I'm pretty excited because like Broly looks insane, and I'm very happy with I think his overall design.
Yeah, no, I think Broly looks like a very interesting character. I really wish that they like posted his details on the website since they already did, but technically this is like an early kind of view of him from the creator program. So it's like, I guess he's not officially revealed yet, quote unquote. But we do know all of his details and things like that. So we did take a look at it in the initial video. Now, I think, is the tweet still up on your account actually that I could just like bring up just in case we need to
Yeah,
reference anything? Yeah, let me actually do that real quick because it would be nice for us to have his details in case we want to point something out. Now, I think I see a lot of mixed opinions on Broly that kind of will cover, but when I first saw Broly, I actually think that he's going to be very good, but not in an oppressive kind of like dumb way. Just based off of his kit, he feels like a Topo 1.5, where it's like he has a moveset where he wants to use a lot of skills to keep that gauge up, but if you kind of are playing him a certain way, like it seems like aggressively in your face, he will be able to keep that gauge up pretty easily, and he might actually end up doing a lot of damage because of that. Was I feel like an issue with Topo is he doesn't have like any anti CC, which is like, crowd control, like stagger or anything like that. Broly does have that in his kit, so I think that it might be looking pretty good for this Broly right here. Maybe they even buff Topo. We'll see what happens. But what are your thoughts on Broly before we actually just take a look here at like the replies I have?
I think it's going to be very interesting to see how much damage that he does because that's like the only thing that we haven't really seen, right? It's just how much damage that those skills are going to do. And it's funny because I talked to you about it when they show off his passive ability inside of the like trailer video. They showed off all of his level 1 abilities, so it's like they made sure to hide that, I guess, as much as possible, since they might have just changed those numbers later on. Overall though, I think his gauge fills up pretty fast. I do want to see how fast it also depletes, but it looks pretty good. I think he's going to be a very good character as well, and it's kind of similar to Gotenks, where he probably is going to be like maybe oppressive in one or two aspects, but overall he looks very balanced, I would say. I don't see any ability that like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's wall kick, for example, where we were able to see it and be like, okay, that might be a little bit too much,
Well,
or
the thing about Vegeta's
well,
wall kick is that we didn't see that before release. In the actual trailer, it looked normal, and then they changed
right.
it right before release, it seems like. But I agree with you basically on everything else. And I see a lot of people like frustrated, or in a way where it's like, again, we'll see if there's any comments on my actual comments, but I saw people just in general saying, oh, now Broly's not broken. What the heck, like that's fucked up. But it's like, we don't want characters to release that are broken and annoying. We want them to release that are good, but have counterplay to them, not an oppressive kind of annoying way, like kind of Ultimate Gohan and Vegeta with all this stagger in their kit, right? Um,
Right. I
and
agree.
one last thing I do want to point out is we see Goresh actually was at Jump Festa and did get the opportunity to try Legendary Super Saiyan Broly out early. As we see right here, I think these are just like NPCs that he's obviously playing with. But he does say that Broly does a lot of damage. So if you kind of pair that with his kit, I mean, Broly doing a lot of damage just obviously makes sense to me, considering he's not only just a damage dealing character, but it is Broly. But at the same time, this is fights against NPC characters, so we don't have any gameplay to say exactly like how things may look or what we may be able to do, or his cooldowns even. Like a lot of this detail that at the end of the day, like, you know, oh, Broly could be really good, but if he has like 12-second cooldowns on his skills and he wants to spam skills, kind of similar to Trunks, he might not be as effective as we're thinking. But we gotta wait and see.
I kind of want him to have that high of a cooldown though, because his third ability just refreshes his cooldowns.
Exactly. Like, that's the issue with Ultimate Gohan. He has such short cooldowns on his skills, but his third ability does give him cooldowns like reduced, like base, or not even reduced. He could just use the skills again, which is very weird design. I don't know why a character would have like 6-second cooldowns on skills that could be refreshed with skill 3, even though skill 3 has a very long cooldown, right?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and take a look at what people are saying, and I guess I'll refresh one more time just in case, but I don't really think I'm going to be getting any extra comments here. Let's see the quote tweets. Reincarnation of System Stompers and combined with Tech and Imp Broly. So, I mean, I guess this person is saying that there's a summoning circle for this Broly to be good. Like, Fighter's Broly, if I'm not mistaken, is obviously pretty good, or at least like was pretty good when he first came out. These two were good, so I can't really say much for this 21. I wasn't playing Fighters at the time that she came out, but okay. The legendary purple intro. You know what's funny, Mike? I want to talk about that. I'll bring up the tweet.
I can't, man.
So like, okay, from what I saw, none of the like creators actually posted a legendary intro. Then we could see here that they actually did post it for marketing. I assume they didn't give it to creators just so that they could post this in their marketing right here.
It's kind of I'll give like a little behind the scenes, I guess. But for every single one of the finishers, they get like put in like a little section that's like, oh, these are like the legendary finishers, right? And it goes season 0, season 1, and then it was season 2, right? They only just now posted it, like I think it was like a day ago.
I think that they wanted to, like, again, it seems like they're very heavily promoting Broly. So, I mean, I guess it's right here now. We could see that, hey, you know, they are marketing Broly in a certain way. So that's his legendary intro. In fact, what if I just go in and just like, I got you, twin. I got you, twin. We see Mike in the quotes. You should comment on this if you want to be in the video, and that's true. But
I'm such a fat chud.
I'm such a fat chud. Let's keep looking here. I'm a bit scared. He's gonna have to have very good numbers because the Topo Dabura archetype is fundamentally not as good as Namek Goku or even Piccolo. Hope he's super threatening. I would say I had the same bit of fear. In fact, I know Mike really, really hates this archetype, and I'm not a fan of it either. I think it is just like fundamentally just doesn't work in the game, but that doesn't mean that the numbers can't be good enough for him to just kind of have a role anyways. Especially like we compare Topo and Dabura's ultimate to Broly's ultimate. I feel like there's a different role to be played with that, but it sounded like you had something to say about that, right?
Yeah, well, what I was gonna say is that, like, I don't know if we could really say that same thing for Broly, because for example, right, if we're looking at something like Topo or Dabura, those characters are people who have like sort of status effects that build up over time that will make it where they do like increased damage or something that like is offensive. Broly doesn't really necessarily have that. It's more defensive. Like him filling up fear doesn't make it where he does more damage, right?
Well, no, that's not true. The thing about his rush attacks,
I thought it just.
Well, yeah.
Oh, you're right. It increases rush attacks. You're right.
If we see here, again, he will get the strike defense up with the despair gauge filled, but rush attack damage also increases with the gauge level. However, it's not a thing where it's like, it's closer to Topo than Dabura, because the thing about Dabura is that he has to fill the bar completely. Then he gets the stone spin that he'll do a lot of free damage. The thing with Topo and Broly is that Topo inflicts the DOT by using his skills. Broly's doing the same thing here, but Broly benefits instantly from that, whilst Topo's DOT is still an overtime thing, right? Like Broly will just get it applied to his actual rush attacks, which is where I think Broly will be doing more damage at a faster rate than like Topo potentially, right?
Yeah, that's what I
Um
was gonna lead into. Is that like Broly does seem like a burst type character? Like that's what I was trying to get to. Is that like I don't think he's a person who's gonna be doing more damage over time, except I guess his rush attacks. But like he's just gonna keep spamming abilities, right? Like his third ability is please keep spamming more abilities. I'll refresh the gauge on them.
I
You
mean,
know?
we could just literally see here like this compared to like Topo. Like I think it's just way faster, right? Like he already gets like over nearly half of this HP bar, and like obviously he's both level 15, but this is like a full kind of gauge here. And it's like if you're even in levels, we could see the amount of speed that of damage that Broly does have. And this is him not even using any skills as well. Um so yeah, and the thing is that like okay, if your enemy even tries to escape still, you have this second skill to chase them down right here, the stomping kicks right there. Which I feel like is something that like Topo or Deborah don't have is movement. Broly
And
in turn has movement as well. Like if we're talking about
and
like what
that
those
like
characters are missing.
right. And this is the thing that I was like, oh, Broly seems very balanced except for that one move. It's this one. It's because he gets unstoppable.
And
So
it's
you just use that, and then guess what? You use your third ability, and then you just use unstoppable again.
you don't even have to use it offensively, by the way. You could also use this to escape. Like you could just
That's yeah.
stomp up away, and then you could do it multiple times, right? So or this gigantic Milka right here again. Also any enemy hit will be stomped on several times, right? So like he's able to get away and he applies unstoppable, so it's like not like he can get staggered out of it, for example, right? I think this is gonna make him a really nice option in bottom lane against Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. You could just bait out Vegeta's kick, stay near a wall, then have this, right?
Yeah.
That's also not considering that they don't nerf Vegeta's kind of stun ability, but I think that's the difference between this guy and Deborah. He also has his ultimate, which worst case scenario, you could use this as a get off me card, like Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And it
Right.
applies movement speed down. So you could use this ultimate, movement speed down the enemies, then escape with your skill 2 if you really need to. But of course that's also situational. So ideally you might want to save this for boss, but I don't know if there's anything else you were gonna say.
No, that's about it.
Herb, hello Herb. I didn't look into any of his details, but you're gonna return to Gekishin because you like Broly, and I think a lot of people will. The thing I'm excited about is again they said that they're gonna make a couple of changes next week, such as level 75. They're adding a tier 1 spot, which is really good. We know that they're going to implement some of the other kind of changes to the hero collections just in general. We should get another mission for another hero. Like imagine if they put a mission for like Super Saiyan 3 Goku next week, or like some character that's in the star system that's a recent character like Gotenks. I think that'd make a lot of people pretty excited, especially for the people who were kind of missed out on Gotenks because he was moved down. I think it would be nice if they put a mission for like Gotenks or something, right?
Or Topo.
I mean, it could be Topo, yeah, as well. Like maybe they buff Topo. I mean, the realistic, like, what if they buff Topo and they put a mission for Topo, and you're like, okay, you can get Topo from this mission. He's recently buffed. Maybe that's why Cell's a mission this week because they're maybe gonna buff Cell. Like, who knows what they're gonna do?
The only reason why I would say no to that is because they did something similar with like Trunks, and they didn't really do anything with him.
Well, I mean, they gave Trunks for free just because it was a downloads thing, and I don't know. I guess they just decided on Trunks really. I mean, obviously that didn't really matter much, but I think this is a little different.
No,
But
I get it.
I think it's still who knows. I just think that it'd be smart for them to tie in, like, okay, we buffed this character. Here's a mission to unlock them by playing in the game, and then you play the game more after you unlock them. Does that make sense? I think that's why I think that's a good idea. That's what I think they should do for new characters personally, but I digress. It's pretty cool. Again, with like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Gohan potentially getting nerfed, which I would say it's more likely than not, of course. Like a 99% chance.
Right.
He's good, but he's not even close to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, or Gogeta, wow. Vegeta or Ultimate Gohan good, which is great because you're scared they're gonna make him OP like them. He seems more balanced like Topo and Gotenks.
Dude,
I mean, yeah.
I just like my veins on my neck just showed when I immediate I saw Topo, dude. I was like, ooh.
It's funny because
But
the
no,
thing is
like
that like, go on.
I think Gotenks is like I like I said, I think Broly looks like the same type of character as like Gotenks, where I think one thing about him is really OP, and then everything else is pretty like well rounded. Uh, I am curious to see how that's going to be because I don't think like Topo really has anything that's just
I
like
think that
kind of broken about him.
honestly, I think Gotenks was fine before his nerfs, and then the nerfs he got just kind of made him a little. I would argue Gotenks
Yeah,
might be a little bit underpowered right now, which is kind of funny. And a lot of people would be like, "There's no way I'm in Searing Galabian Galactic Donut, just skill 2 boost. Oh my god!" But
my
like,
man, click F.
no, click right, bro. Like, just walk out of there.
Do you see that thing that's above your head? Whoa!
Oh my goodness, bro. Like, I'm just like, the thing is, Gotenks' moves all had a way around them, and it could be very similar for Broly's moves. I mean, again, we could like take a look here at Broly's moves here. I feel like the only one that maybe doesn't necessarily have a play around or a workaround is like this one per se, like the stomping. But it's like, okay, how fast is this really? It is pretty quick. Like, you might not be able to get out, but maybe it just doesn't do a lot of damage, right? This seems like mostly just to keep enemies from leaving. Right here, this is like something you have to charge up, and it's like super obvious. Like, obviously, then if you don't charge it up, it's just going to be something you use in front of the opponent. But we don't know the cooldowns, and obviously, even if the cooldowns are long, there's still this third skill. But all it does is just like restore your skills, right? It doesn't really do anything beyond that. So I don't
Right.
know. But yeah, the thing about Gotenks Topos, I still think they need, like, they should just revert the changes they made to Gotenks, in my opinion. Like, it was unnecessary because even if there were just like slight changes, they still like make a balanced character just like a little underpowered for no reason. Then Topo, I
Right.
think he should get anti CC and skill 3. Then I think we're cooking. I really think Topo's skill 3 is what he needs to get buffed, and then maybe I don't even think he
I
needs
think
to stop.
what
Like,
the other I was gonna say that the only other thing I would say is that his skill 1 and skill 2 don't really feel very effective late game. I would just hope that his level 2 and level 3 on both of those abilities, the damage would be increased just to help him out later game. Especially because again, like when every other character is bursting down in 2 seconds, you don't have time to build up that damage. You
yeah,
know, like there is no 10-second fights. You know, those everything's done in 5.
pretty much. Yeah, I agree with you. He looks overall really good in team fights. We'll see how he is in early game. Overall, he looks good but not broken. The lack of CC immunity could be an issue, but let's see the Vegeta and Gohan changes before we decide. I wouldn't say there's a lack of CC. Skill 2, I think, you'll be able to spam this a lot because of skill 3 restoring it. And it does last for quite a bit of time, so
I
it's
think I think they were saying more so like Broly doesn't have any oh wait, no, you said CC immunity. I thought
yeah,
that just was just saying talking about crowd control.
no.
Because that's the only thing that Broly doesn't have is like something to just stop the other team in a sense. He's like pure damage, I would say.
Remember, Gohan before the last minute buffs that they gave him for some reason needed to use 3 skills to apply a stun. They should change that. They should, like, okay, I probably shouldn't even talk about this too much because I'm gonna be having a whole other video on it. But yeah, I just like something about these guys have to be changed. They're not like, I think it's really Vegeta. His stun is the issue, and Gohan, it's a stun. It's really the stuns on these characters that are the big issue that make them impressive. There's a couple other things, more or less, but yeah. CC immunity and strike defense is probably what's going to make him top tier. Have to wait and see what the numbers and cooldowns, but looks to be master at everything except securing bosses, which I think is good. It's this Abe actually saying this. Which I do completely agree with. Like, the thing about Broly is that I don't really see him as a boss securer, which is good. He's gonna fill a role like the Gammas, or, you know, again, like the Bora even, but like in a better, much better option. Like, you know, like Gammas, maybe even like Bojack, kind of that
like
kind of
Bojack.
role. More so Gammas is what I'm thinking, because it looks like this guy has a good amount of HP. He seems like he's going to be a bottom lane character as well, which, you know, I think both of these characters are like bottom lane characters because they have quite a amount of decent of HP. But this guy's ultimate is also just like looks really, really good at kind of just like helping out in those team fight situations or keeping people off of bosses. Like, he's not going to be the one securing the boss, but he's going to be helping you keep allies off boss potentially. But again, we need to see what his numbers are going to be as well. And strike defense is nice too, just because, okay, let's take a look at how many characters will do strike kind of base damage. Super Saiyan Goku does strike base damage. Well, actually, Diamond Goku does strike base damage as well. Gammas do strike base damage. Like, if we're talking about like characters we'll see in bottom lane, Gammas, Mini Goku, Topo does strike base damage. Even if you face the Deborah will do strike base damage. Bojack's like the only character you would run kind of in bottom lane, besides like Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Like, these two that you run in bottom lane, you won't really see them doing strike base damage like that.
Trunks does.
Trunks is a top lane character.
Oh, you're right.
His HP is too low to be bottom lane, really. Then obviously, you know, we see that Cooler would be strike based if you run into Cooler. Khalifa has a lot of strike based. Vegeta is very strike based. Like, a lot of these kind of attacks that these characters, even Cell, will be strike based, and those are the characters Broly's going to be running into quite a lot. So, that strike defense up is pretty good. You think people don't understand how his kit will function? His skill 1 needs to charge, his skill 2 hits 3 times, his skill 3 resets both, then his ult has a long cast time. For some reason, people think he's rush attack dependent and call him Deborah and Topo. He's going to be throwing out 6 AoE abilities, unless his cooldowns are like 15 seconds, he'll have the rotation back once he's done. He's just the Gammas. If he's better or not depends on his numbers, but his kit is amazing, fits into the meta perfectly, isn't broken, and looks insanely fun. And Annie is another really good player at this game. I would say Annie is one of like the better players, like just in the game in general. Like if I was gonna make a list of like the best players in Gekishin, like, you know, like Abe and Annie would both be on there, right?
Right.
These guys know what they're talking about. Go on.
The only thing I would say is that Annie was saying, can you click on the comment? Annie was saying he's going to be throwing out 6 AoE abilities unless his cooldowns are like 15 seconds. He'll have him back on his rotation. It's not like Ultimate Gohan. The wording is different. Because his says specifically immediately removes the cooldown on all other skills except for his super attacks, while Ultimate Gohan's is like you can still use this skill even when it's on cooldown. So I don't think you'll be able to spam it 3 times. It's like, again, another reason why I think that that Broly is just going to be someone who has like a whole bunch of like longer cooldowns compared to some of these other characters. It's because he has an ability that's just like, oh yeah, no, I've reset it. Yeah, like you see right there. Well, yeah, usable even mid cooldown. It's different.
Yeah, so like I get it, because like, okay, like Gohan, the thing is that like, okay, even if like it doesn't like, so it functions similarly, but like let's say Gohan is halfway past his cooldown, you activate skill 3, you could use skill 1, and then that doesn't turn the cooldown to 0, so it doesn't reset the cooldown. When the move is back off cooldown, as long as you use it during the reset time, you could theoretically use it again. But Gohan's cooldowns are so low that it doesn't really matter. You might actually see more of a benefit from that if Gohan's cooldowns were higher, like they should be realistically. Well, as Broly, it says immediately removes the cooldown on other skills, so it's not like you could theoretically chain them a lot as much often, but it's still going to be a situation where, okay, you use skill 1, or like let's see, yeah, you'd use skill 1 and skill 2 together, which are both AoE attacks. You use skill 3, which is an AoE attack, skill 1 again and skill 2 again, which are E attacks, and then you might be able to even pair it again into skill 3 and you do even more.
Right.
But yeah, it's still a lot of AoE abilities that he's doing for these team fights, which is going to be really good. And I still think he looks very powerful. Again, he looks very similar to Gammas to me. I feel like.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I think for the record, I do think that Annie was correct. Like, it's just that one thing is that I just wanted to make note of.
Dude, I feel like someone's gonna
Yeah.
be like, "Bro, the glaze is crazy."
So true.
Let's take a look at this one, and then we'll take a look at some of the YouTube comments. I realize this video is 25 minutes. Goodness. Who's gonna
Damn.
be a monster who's amazing late game in team fights whilst also being solid early game? I mean, yeah, pretty much agree. Let's take a look here. So this is like the original video I made with the breakdown. Here's a present for you. Set the jolliest of saints. Yeah, with his Christmas hat. Yeah. Bosses already joke about Broly, Spirit Bomb not having to be built up when it does over half of on a boss is insane. I mean, Spirit Bomb, Goku could like take care of a boss all by himself. With King, easily Goku could just like melt a boss down literally completely by himself. So it's very easy to get that done, but it's still gonna be nice for Broly not to have to like worry about going for bosses, right? That's what I really wanted. But still, like I think that this ult will help out with
hell,
that.
I think Broly still does a good job of just pushing people back because Broly's just going to be a person who can just go under the boss and then use his ultimate, and that's going to be attacking everyone around him. So it's like if anyone even tries getting into the area of the boss while other people are going to be securing it, he's just going to be providing the sort of damage to push everyone off of it, I would say.
Yeah,
And that's going to be scary.
I'm so gay for Gekishin Squadron. That's awesome. Not at all how you imagine him, but very intrigued. The CC immunity is huge against Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Ultimate Gohan. Besides that, he looks good in team fights because of the AoE effect, and it seems crazy in 1v1s. Got gems for Broly. You knew how Legends of Toshi work after 2 seasons. What happened?
Not to, because like we made a video on it too, or not a video, sorry, a post on it. They're gonna be giving us sales for Broly too because of Christmas, so that's also gonna be pretty awesome.
Yeah, actually, I could probably bring that up here. Give me 1 second.
Take your time.
1 second, chat. I'm trying to find this, but I'm kind of silly. I posted it not too long ago. Yeah, there it is. Might brought this to my attention, but you see here, limited time sell. So there's going to be a gem discount sell, 1 per account on certain platforms. So we'll see. Maybe it's not on PlayStation or something. Like, hey, well, who knows? But they're going to have a sale. Dude,
it's not on the, so it's not on the Samsung fridge.
Yeah, it's not on the Samsung fridge, right? Let's take a look at some of the newer comments maybe, and then we'll probably wrap up from there. It sounds decent until we see his ability to face tank something like Kale's burst damage. I mean, it would be crazy, but I feel like energy blasts are going to be where you need to prioritize against Broly. Like, I assume like someone like Kale actually would probably be able to potentially burst Broly down because he has strike damage defense, but he doesn't have energy defense up, right? Right. But that's where it's like, okay, well, you pair Broly with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Right? You wonder what next season is gonna be. You got Gohan and Vegeta this season, but you're gonna wait till next season. Closer to season 3, I'll make a speculation video on that. He's coming out in a few days. Yeah, again, they feel like he should be a tank. There's not really a lot of comments about
I see why people want him to be a tank, because like Broly is a person who tanks a lot of his stuff, but I think people also forget this is the second movie with Broly, right? This isn't the first one. Yeah. Broly was just fucking face tanking like a Kamehameha in the first movie, but then the second one he was just whooping ass the entire movie.
Pretty much. You know? I mean, he does have like the lava barrier, but they could still make a movie 8 version of Broly if they want to make another Broly. It could be like base form Broly that transforms into Legendary Super Saiyan, and then he could be a tank role Broly. Like, I assume we will eventually get like multiple versions of even the same character, just doing different things. Like, I feel like one day we're gonna run into something like that, where it's like we're gonna get like another Super Saiyan Goku potentially, or we're gonna get another maybe trying to think like maybe a tournament of power Ultimate Gohan like one day in the future. We could see. I mean, there's not many characters like that, to be fair, I guess, like at the time
Mm.
of this kind of moment. Like another, well, I don't know if they actually, we got the Z outfit for 17, so who knows? But I could see us getting other kind of variations of the same character, like maybe even another Piccolo or something in the future. But I guess it'd be like, more so like Dragon Ball Super Piccolo from like Superhero, right? But
Right.
that's pretty much it.
Orange Piccolo.
Yeah. Not much CC immunity makes you happy, as it shows for the most part they're not following in Legends format and balancing like you brought up before. I mean, yeah, that's true. Or it's like, okay, he's not going to be like, okay, we're selling you a problem and then we sell you the answer with like Broly, right? And as long as they nerf what Vegeta and Gohan are doing, it's gonna be pretty nice.
I don't know, because like the only thing I'm the only thing I would say is that Broly's second ability kind of counters Ultimate Gohan and Vegeta a bit. Because Vegeta, his whole thing is like pushing you into a wall and stunning you, and then using the his wall to like block stuff. Broly just is like, whatever, man. This ain't nothing to me, man.
Well, yeah,
And
that's
Broly's
true. But
Ultimate Gohan's
you
whole kit is stuns. Like that's his whole thing.
gotta keep in mind though, Broly's not gonna be seeing Ultimate Gohan outside of bosses for the most part, because
That's
Gohan
true.
will be top lane. Broly's gonna be more than likely a bottom lane character. And again, let's take a look at his HP, for example. I mean, those are level 9 enemies, so we should maybe look at that in comparison. But like, he has quite a bit of HP. Right here.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
think,
it's more than Super Saiyan Goku, because
yeah.
he has like half a bar more at level 15. That's
And
interesting.
early on, his health could be pretty good too. Um,
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Ultimate Gohan actually has more health than he should have as well. I think that boy has a little too much health.
Just wait. The nerf will change this.
Yeah, surely. And the thing about a skill too is that you still need to be like proactive in a sense, where it's like you need to use it before Vegeta's kick, or you need to bait Vegeta's kick, because you see Vegeta's kick and then it'll just like fly at you, and you have to kind of predict. You have to bait it out, right? You still need
Yeah.
to like. You're not gonna get kicked by Vegeta and then use this to get out of that stun, because you'll already be stunned. You need the unstoppable effect already to get that. So, we'll see. There's definitely gonna be a potential way that you can counter that though. So, who knows? But let us know what you guys think. We're still gonna have part 2 in Mike's channel, so I would check it out. I'll leave the link in the description and the comments. It should be a pinned comment more than likely, but thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Peace.